7 years. It only took 7 years. Anyway, so with the latest episode of Doctor Stone came out, and I gotta say, it's another great episode. I think the whole Suika arc with her trying to revive everyone is pretty good, to be honest. It's probably one of my favorite arcs in the entire series, even though it's very, very short. The whole South American arc in general has been such a great arc. It's one of my favorite arcs in Doctor Stone. I'm excited to see how part 3 is going to conclude, even though I've read the manga, but I'm excited to see how well it's going to be animated. As far as the season overall, we're in the second to last episode. Like, next week is pretty much the finale of part 2 of Doctor Stone season 4, and I'm very, very excited. But I really like this episode. The fact that we got to see Suika grow up from like a child, this innocent little girl, to like this teenager who knows what she's doing. Pretty much the weight of the world was on her shoulder. It's very poetic, it's very tragic. I like how at the beginning of the episode, she's pretty much trying to collect all these statues, trying to see who's left. She keeps thinking to herself, maybe if I save enough people, someone's gonna have the revival fluid. That is until she realizes no one really has this liquid anymore. No one really has the revival fluid, so it's up to her to find a way to make it herself. That is until she goes up to Senku's statue, finds the method to make the revival fluid, and she's like, oh wait a minute, he knows how to make it. I'm just gonna find a way to do it myself. And we see her in this entire episode struggle just to make even a single drop of one. She ultimately comes to the conclusion that she's going to fail no matter what, that the third method, which takes a lot of time, pretty much like almost a year to do, like, it's going to cost her so much, but doesn't matter because she's motivated by the fact that Senku and Chrome were able to do this for so long by themselves. Senku pretty much did this by himself. He restarted civilization all by himself. So for Suika, this is pretty much a challenge for her. I really like in the episode where she dons the E equals MC square logo on her little like cape thing. She pretty much tells herself, I'm Senku Jr. too. I can do this myself. And it's really cool. It's just really cool seeing a montage of her journey, like collecting the poop. Oh, that's another thing I like about the episode. I found it pretty funny that they actually showed poop, because I know in Japan sometimes they censor poop because it's kind of nasty, but the fact that they showed it was pretty funny. And I just really like where she's trying to pick it up and trying to realize, damn, this is kind of nasty. I still gotta do it though. I have to save everyone no matter what. One of the sadder moments in the episode was when she comes across the statues of Tsukasa and he's laying on the ground. Same with Kawaku. She comes across Kawaku's statue and she ultimately crawls up next to it and just gives her a hug. And to me, that was one of the sadder moments because she's realizing her big sister is pretty much gone and she has to find a way to save her. Like, this entire episode was such a roller coaster of emotions. Like, she's just talking to the statues. Like, even though they can't really talk back to her, she knows they can hear her, and that's pretty much what motivates her throughout the entire episode, throughout the entire 7 years of her trying to find a way to revive them. She ultimately does revive Senku towards the very end of the episode. And she tells Senku that you probably don't recognize me. And Senku's like, oh, I do recognize you. It took you a long time. It took you only 7 years to do it, but we're finally here. And that's when Suika pretty much just like jumps into Senku's arms, gives him a hug, and starts to sob her eyes out. I'm not gonna lie, that did make me tear up too, just because. Just imagine being all alone for 7 years. Everyone you know is like a statue. You have to do everything from scratch. Like, this whole episode was such a roller coaster. I really liked it. I remember reading this back in the day whenever the manga was still ongoing, like, and the cliffhanger, just waiting for that chapter was so like, I don't know, it was kind of crazy. And I hate the fact that we have to wait for another episode next week, which is the final episode of this part, which I'm very excited yet very saddened. I'm it's gonna be pretty interesting seeing Kawaku reunite with Suika now that she's pretty much like 17 or 16 years old, like at the moment. Like she's grown up quite a bit. She's pretty much almost Senku's height, and it's gonna be just so tragic seeing everyone reunite after pretty much everyone was gunned down, after everyone was pretty much dying. But overall, I think this is another great episode. I love Suika's arc. It's pretty short because the Suika arc in the manga is pretty short, but the fact that they were able to make it a whole episode by itself is really, really nice. Overall, I did like this week's episode. It's very tragic, very sad. It's another 9 out of 10 or 10 out of 10. I don't know. Dr. Stone has been on such a roller coaster, like with episodes. It's really good. I like this episode, but yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. What did you guys think of this episode? Did you like it? Did you hate it? And yeah, peace.